Hello and welcome to Moonshot Voyages. I am your commander, Commander Kadif, and I'd just like to thank you for being here and wish everybody a happy Mother's Day, whether you are a mother or have a mother or plan to be a mother. I thank you again for joining me today. It is a very beautiful day in Los Angeles, a high of about 73, and it was nice and cloudy this morning, so can't really complain there. So today's kind of a big stream for me because it marks the end of the first chapter in my Elite Dangerous streaming career. Not the end of my streaming. I know that there was a little bit of confusion on that with some of my friends who saw my posts earlier today and yesterday saying that, we're there, No, the stream is not ending, but this chapter is ending today. We are only 500 light years away from Sagittarius A star, which, as you know, is my goal of this particular adventure, was to get out to Sagittarius A with a Sidewinder, and we are almost there. Now, this is the first time that I have been to Sagittarius A. I've not seen it. I may have seen clips of it, on YouTube or whatnot. I don't know, but I hear it's really neat, and it's also kind of a rite of passage for any Elite Dangerous Explorer, anybody who's playing the game. It's kind of like, especially if you say you're an explorer, it's like, have you been to Sagittarius A? It's kind of like you're not really an explorer until you've done that. Now, I am an Elite Explorer already, so. I've got plenty of light years under my belt, but getting out to Sagittarius A is definitely on the bucket list. Another place on my bucket list is Bugle Point, which is even further away from Earth, but we'll get there eventually. I plan to do that with my fleet carrier later on. So let's go ahead and switch over to the main game here. And I have updated my little overlay here, as you can see. It doesn't take up quite as much space as it used to. I still have Hal over there, which is nice, Hal. And but I've done that because I felt like the chat box was really kind of squeezed in there. So I got rid of, the chat area. Here, I'll show you what it used to look like. So I'll turn off. See, there's the old one, which I like. I don't mind it, but I just feel like where Hal is and everything, it just kind of takes up too much space. So I have changed it to this. So we'll see. We'll see if I keep it that way. But the chat box is a little bigger. It shows up a little nicer. So I will probably poll you guys later on to see which you guys think is better. I'm still kind of debating on whether or not to have this live stream thing going across. I'm afraid it might be a little distracting, so I might make a new version without that, or just have it frozen like that so it just says live stream. Okay. Well, I think beyond that, we might as well take a look at the galaxy map and plot our course. I'm a little excited. Here we are. Hey, Black Sun, could you make it scroll whatever social media you want to promote? Well, this is a custom animation that I made in Blender, so I guess I could, but I'd have to render out a new one anytime I wanted to change it. But I could look into maybe putting an overlay on my overlay. But thanks for joining on this beautiful Mother's Day. I don't know if you caught it in the beginning, but I am 500 light years away from Sagittarius A. So I'm about to accomplish my first goal for my stream, and that is to fly a Sidewinder out to Sagittarius A from Seoul. So if we can get over there. There's so many stars. So many! There we go. So I'm guessing this is going to be about 11 jump, just based on the fuel efficiency of my Sidewinder. So let's see. 13 jumps. Boy, you are not doing as good as I thought you were, Sidewinder. Anyway, beyond that, let's get this show on the road. So what do we do first? Oh yeah, thrusters. It's been like 3 days since I played Elite, so. Just like riding a bike. All this gravity is slowing me down. Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, I mean, the closer I get to Sagittarius A, you know, I start to age slower. All you guys are going to age like 20 years, and then my daughter's going to call me, and I'm going to be like crying like a baby, and then I'm going to wake up inside this giant like ring drum world. I don't know, I may have seen that in a movie before.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, what are you up to today, Black Sun? 1784. Is that your birthday? That would make you 200 years older than me. I flew out here to Perseus Dark region to catch up on Hesperus stuff going down. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if I've been out there. Maybe I have. I don't think so.
System scan complete.
Yeah, that's the only problem with this deep space exploration is you kind of miss all the community goal stuff. Although I do have another account, so... but it's on PlayStation. I'm thinking about getting another account for PC. Unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to decode whatever FDev is trying to tell us. Hey man, you and me both. What was it? It was around October when they first, like that, I don't know, was it a generation ship or mega ship showed up and it was all like damaged. So I went and found it, but then I didn't know what else to do. It's like, what's the significance of this? Yeah, it's kind of... I just look at Twitter for that and just watch them figure it out. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. It was a Hesperus sister ship, if I'm not mistaken, the Ambassador. I flew into Chukchan at sublight from Kolsak Dark Region Space. Oh, okay. I've been to Kolsak. It's like a big community goal out there a couple months ago. I think yeah, there was a bunch of Thargoids. I was hunting Thargoids. Alright, 11 planets. We may have an Earth-like... Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? This is something that we must do before we get going, and I forgot. There we go. Almost messed up the whole stream. Alright, now we can skip. Supposedly they were both sent out 200 years ago to find alien artifacts. We know Kolsak is swarmed by Thargoids now, so I thought I'd come out here and see if I could find evidence out this way. That's right. 200 years ago. I mean, they already had FTL by then. I think. I can't remember when in the Elite lore that they developed the FTL. Oh, thank you for the follow, Commander Vex 07. We are just a stone's throw from Sagittarius A in my Sidewinder. Traveled here from Seoul over the last month and a half. It looks like we found an Earth-like. I'll have to double check that this one hasn't already been discovered. But that's exciting. With a rocky body moon around it. Look at that. Kind of even looks like our moon. Huh. This is... What? Well, it's missing gas giants. I was going to say, maybe we found Earth's clone, but no, we're missing gas giants. So... Not Earth's clone, but Soul's clone. Gotta move.
System scan complete.
Alright, let's take a look. Alright, looks like it has not been discovered. It's only 500 light seconds away, so let's go map this Earth-like so we can get some monies. Buy Mom a nice Mother's Day gift. What kind of JR are you getting from your heavily engineered Sidey? Over 30? Yeah, I'm getting about 41. But it does have a Guardian for, booster in it. But once I slow down here, yeah, 42 currently. If I'm out of fuel, 42.7. But it is heavily engineered. I think pretty much everything is a grade A with level 5 engineering or a grade D with level 5 lightweight engineering. So it's either A or D. So I think I have an A frameshift drive, but then also an A thrusters because they were cooler. I would have rather gone D, but my ship was overheating like at the drop of a hat, and it's like, well, I have to refuel. I have to fuel scoop every other star, every other jump. So, like, I do not want to have to worry about this thing. So I A-rated my thruster, so I could have gotten a little bit more, maybe 2 more light years, but at what cost? Times have changed. Back before engineering the Guardian modules and Guardian modules, I remember being happy with a 33 light years from an aspects. Yeah, I've been spoiled because I discovered the game after Horizons was already out, so engineering was kind of the thing. But it took me a long time. Like, my first trip out to Colonia was in something that got 14 light year jumps, and so that was just my own ignorance. I didn't realize you could get higher than that. So I paid my dues by accident. But yeah, I hear ya. I've heard engineering has kind of broken the game in a lot of ways. Schlep. Yeah, hopefully they can balance it out a little better. Alright guys, this is an exciting one because I get to play my Earth-like graphic. My favorite one is probably the Waterworld one, but that one could get us sued. So. Okay, 11, whoops. Yeah, my Jumpaconda at home gets like, back at Seoul gets like 71, and I think I can probably get a few more out of it. I don't think it's fully engineered yet. But then I was thinking, well, I don't really want to, because when you're an explorer, like, I'm going quickly now. I've got, you know, my routing is set for the 20,000, you know, light year calculation. But it's like when I'm actually wanting to sit in and explore, I mean, I'm not jumping anywhere near 70 light years, you know. And so, like, for speed to rush back to the bubble, yeah, it's kind of nice, but outside of that, so I might put a fighter bay on it and some other things that you wouldn't necessarily need on an exploration ship, just to have fun. But even with that, you're still looking at like 65 light years. I ripped out the coffee cup holders and carpets in my Annie and got up to 81. Oh my gosh. But no cup holders. Man, 81. I think that's the highest. I thought they could only get up to like 75. That's great. I mean, I'm assuming that's the grade 5 Guardian and FSD, and then everything's light as crap. Man, that's impressive. Then, of course, you do the neutron highway, and then you do your injection, your premium injection, get 100%. So the neutron highway, you get, I think the longest jump I ever saw was just over 300 light years. Of course, then the Anaconda was wrecked by the end of it. Which was kind of funny. I think Yamkis did that, but I could be wrong. It was either Yamkis or Ghost Giraffe. I'm just kind of scanning these. Like I said, I'm kind of in a hurry. Fly what you enjoy flying is my. But yeah, I mean that's really what comes down to it. I saw a Twitter post the other day where somebody was asking, "Hey, you know, what's the best exploration ship? What do I need?" And all these people were giving like, "Well, you're going to need an Anaconda with a blah blah blah," and you know, I could tell this was kind of a new player, so they probably didn't have. I know they didn't have the engineers unlocked, and if you're at that point, you probably don't have a lot of money to spend. So I just said, look, get an A-rated FSD and get the largest fuel scoop you can afford. And that's pretty much it. If you can throw an AMFU in there, do that as well. But really, you can turn any ship into an exploration ship as long as you have those three things. Because, yeah, I mean, look at this. This is a Sidewinder, for crying out loud. I mean, yeah, it's engineered like crazy, but yeah, maybe I should just take a stock Sidewinder and throw a fuel scoop on it, you know, and try that, you know, if I really want to hate myself. I'm using Crate Mark II with 58.5 out on the edge of the galaxy at the moment. I keep my fleet carrier nearby for a change of seats occasionally. Yeah, that's what's so nice about the fleet carrier. It does break up the monotony. I mean, I love exploration, but it can be kind of monotonous, which is also why I'm really looking forward to Odyssey. Because at least we can get out and walk around and scan stuff. Hopefully that's fixed, but... like, I have my fleet carrier, well, not with me right now, but it's on the other side of the galaxy right now. But I have my fleet carrier just for that, so it's just kind of it's mostly so I can turn in cartographic data. And I don't have to fly somewhere to do that. But then it kind of breaks up the monotony because then I have to go, you know, mining for tritium, you know, and that's kind of fun. It's a little different than exploring, so. But yeah, it's also nice to get into a different looking cockpit once in a while. I think the Elite Dangerous designers did an amazing job on all these cockpits. They're all so cool. I mean, I like this one. There's like duct tape over here, you know, like keeping these wires taped down, and like there's a flight handbook over there. Just such cool detail.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like using the fleet carrier as a support vehicle. So I have a Crate Mark II and a cutter out there, and I had the cutter originally as just like a transport vehicle for large cargo. I put really large cargo bays in it, but then I decided to make it my mining ship out there, which is great. So I basically my crate was my mining ship, but then I took everything off of it and put it on my cutter. And I'm glad I did that because I can get obviously a lot more with the cutter.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah. So Commander Vex, is that your favorite thing to do in Elite then, is exploration? I imagine if your fleet carrier is very far from the bubble at all, that's probably a yes. Yeah, if you're out at the edge of the galaxy, pretty far.
Fuel scooping complete.
The other great thing about a large fuel scoop is, and this, I told this person on Twitter, like, you fill up so fast you don't even have to worry about overheating. And a lot of times, like especially on my Conda, by the time I'm getting around the star, it's filled up my previous jump. So unless I run into a whole bunch of brown dwarfs in a row, I don't even think about it. I like doing that, checking to see if the system's been discovered yet, because I hate like scanning 30 bodies and then it's like, oh, somebody already got this. I mean, you still get the money for it, but I like those first discoveries. I parked my FC permanently 58,000 light years from Sol, orbiting a ringed Earth-like world. Oh, that is neat. With three times Earth masses in a 69 body system. Nice. I take a lot of photos, so a change of ship, 27 of them, is to give some variety to those. Oh, that's a good plan, man, because that sounds like an awesome system. Man, a ringed Earth-like. I'm not sure if I've stumbled across one of those yet. That's awesome. Yeah, I found a system about 2/3 of the way to Colonia that's double neutron stars orbiting each other, and then a black hole orbiting the neutron stars. And so eventually I'm going to park my fleet carrier there unless I find something cooler. Yeah, it was a cool discovery, and it's mine. My name's on it, so so unless I find something cooler than that, I'm going to park my fleet carrier there eventually when I'm retired from using my fleet carrier. Yeah, it could be. The only problem, it is kind of cool because it's it's in like this big blue nebula area, so like everything's like super blue, but those are kind of the only things there. Like there's no planets or anything else in the system, so it's you can get some interesting pictures with the neutron stars behind the black hole or in front of it or whatnot. But I'll have to play with it some more because I just kind of like discovered it, and took a few pictures and some video, and then left. But because I wanted to turn in that data as soon as I could so I could claim it. This one's mine. Man, that system you're describing, wow. Gives you a lot of variety. 27 ships. 27 ships. That's crazy. I don't even know what I would do with that other than, yeah, just those photo ops.
System scan complete.
So I think I only have like 8 ships, 8 or 9.
Frameshift drive charging.
Although I have been thinking about buying a Corvette. So I have a Corvette on my other character on PlayStation, and I really like it. So I might get a Corvette for this one. Just south of the Colonia Sol route, I'm across a white dwarf with a massive ring system. Really beautiful with a galaxy stretching. Oh yeah. Yeah, I hope to. My plan is after this pilgrimage, I'll head back to Seoul, and then try to get my combat rank up to elite, so that I can be triple. And then I hope to. After that, I hope to start like slow going the exploration and really just diving into it and scanning more stuff and really trying to go to a lot of places and spend some time. I mean, I would like to circumvent the galaxy. So I had started that before I started streaming. So my fleet carrier is way over here. And I'm just basically making my way around clockwise. So we'll see how long that takes, but I do want to take it slow, and I do kind of want to get more out into the edge here. Although I notice there's not a lot in most areas. There doesn't seem to be as much going on out there as far as like nebulas and things. It feels like a lot of the black holes and stuff are kind of more towards the center, which kind of makes sense because that's where there's more matter and more mass, you know. But yeah, here's my dual black hole. So yeah, but that's it. Droya Flya AA-A G568. It's a name that just rolls off your tongue. Oops. I will never likely get to elite combat rank. I avoid the frustration of being destroyed as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a slog. Like, it just seems like, especially after you get about halfway up through the ranks, and it just like seriously slows down. Yeah, man, come visit. Yeah, you should post your system in the chat because I'd love to
System scan complete.
I'd love to visit that one sometime. Maybe grab a beer at your fleet carrier.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, combat. I mean, I've been playing the game for 4 years now, and it's like I just this year just now started fighting Thargoids, and I only go after the interceptors. It's like I don't want to deal with anything else. Yeah, and usually I can only kill like 3 or 4 of them before I'm like, well, gotta go. Because my ship is melting by that point.
Fuel scooping.
"42 bodies? What if the meaning of life is here?"
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh boy, looks like we have an ammonia and a water world. Ooh, okay, I gotta write this down. Where's my pen? There it is. Okay. Actually, no. Let's work smarter, not harder. Does that look about right? Oh no, it went away. Cool. And I wish I could just. All right, there you are. Let's see. Awesome spot. It's the official name. Sweet. I will get out there eventually. Yeah, I'll get out there. Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, so we've got ammonia worlds and a water world here. This is a good, cool system. And could you imagine living on a planet this close to the center of the galaxy? Like, would it even get dark at night with all those stars? Well, not only the stars, but just all the gas that's illuminated by those stars. Like, I feel like it'd kind of be like as dark as it gets in LA, you know? I don't know if you guys are familiar with Los Angeles, but it doesn't really get that dark here. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and it gets dark, you know. Here, it's like there's so much reflected light off the haze in the sky that, like, even birds are chirping at like 2 in the morning because I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah. I like LA, but it definitely has an issue with that. And still, I'm able to get decent astrophotography, you know, for closer objects like the moon. I guess that's about as close as it can get. I live in rural Wiltshire. Pretty dark out here, even when the street lights are on. Oh, that's great. Yeah, if I really want to like look into some deep space, I actually go about an hour and a half north of Los Angeles, up into the hills. It's far from the city, and that gets dark up there, thankfully. So it's not too bad. And it's actually, I go to a NASA designated dark sky location, which is cool. It's part of the Night Sky Network. And so that place you can get some fantastic pictures. And I took my telescope up to Oregon over the holidays since I was driving. I didn't want to be on a plane for pandemic reasons. And glad I drove. It was such a nice drive. But I took my telescope with me because it was during the time of the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. So that was pretty cool. I was able to show my parents that. Have you tried star trail photography? Not on purpose. I actually go through great lengths of trying not to get trails, unless you're talking about something else. But I actually ordered a tracker for my telescope because I put a DSLR on it to get pictures. But if I try to grab anything more than a second, then I get streaks, you know. So 25-second cutoff for exposure. It depends on what I'm looking at. I think so I think I need to fiddle with it some more because it depending on what I'm looking at, it feels like anything more than even like 4 seconds, I'm going to start to see some streaks. But that could be because maybe my ISO is too high. I'm not using a lens, I'm using a telescope, which I think is an f5. So that's pretty open. I mean, that's not like crazy wide open, but it's, you know, it's not terrible. So it's relatively fast, but I have no control. Well, actually, I do have a little bit of control. The lens cap actually has a dual lens cap, so it's got a smaller one in the middle. I could try that. Telescope photos, the star movement is greater than just a DSLR. Yeah, that could be why. Yeah, if I was shooting with a lens, I think I could probably get longer exposure. But anyway, I'm gonna get that mount so I can do like a 3-hour exposure, you know, or like, you know, 100 pictures over the course of 3 hours, and it's all looking at the same spot. You know, and then stack them. That's my plan, but I have no idea. I ordered it, and it's like a 3-month wait because they have to build them, I guess. So where is Wiltshire or Wiltshire? I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Or it's Wiltshire. I've tried Star Trail photos in Elite. They were, oh, okay. Even pointed the camera towards Polaris. England, okay. So you are on the other side of the pond. So is it Shire? Is it Shire like The Hobbit, or is it Shire like Wiltshire? Sure, okay. That's what I thought. We have a street here in Los Angeles called Wilshire. It's kind of like your town except without the T. And when I first moved here, I kept calling it Wilshire, and they're like, "No, stop." Oh man! Please tell me you go out there for some astrophotography. I would love to go to Stonehenge. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I need to get out there. I need to get out of this country. I mean, not forever, but just to visit the rest of the world. Yeah, England. Tons of history over there. Not like our 200 years of almost no history here. Avebury, close by, is a large and older circle and is accessible, unlike Stonehenge. Oh, is Stonehenge kind of closed off to the public, or are they worried that, like, gosh, I don't want to say like vandals, but is that kind of what they're worried about? I imagine it's probably closed off at night. Is it closed off during the day? Roped off to prevent hippies and tourists from degrading the stones. Yeah, I mean they've been up for thousands of years, but I don't trust anybody these days. Yeah, it seems like if you've got like thousands of people like touching it, like over time, it's gonna start to smooth them out. And, yeah, who knows? We have cave formations in Oregon where you're not allowed to touch the cave walls because they don't want the oils in your hand to degrade the kind of stone that's in there.
System scan complete.
Alrighty, where are we? Five jumps from Sagittarius.
Drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
The Avebury stone circle has the remains of 4 stone circles inside a much larger one, surrounded by a deep ditch. The village of Avebury is within the bounds of the larger circle. Wow, that's neat. Did they know about that when they built the village, or like were the circles excavated later on, or were they just like, you know what, this is a good place for a village inside the circles? Or I wonder if it's just a village that had existed that just persists now. TARDIS Chaser 311, hello and happy Mother's Day. Thank you for joining. You are not late. We are 3 jumps away from Sagittarius A. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Oh, we forgot to map that water world earlier. Darn. Okay, we'll try not to map this one. Or we'll try not to forget this one. I hope your boys did something nice for you for Mother's Day, TARDIS. The resources to build were already present. That is why some of the immense stones no longer exist in there. Oh, so they... Oh, man. So they took apart some of the structure to build newer structures. Lame. I guess that's kind of what happened to the nicer, like on the pyramids in Egypt. You know, they've got the casing, the case stones, but it's only like on the very top of a couple of them that there's still some there because they were all like stolen, you know, to be put into other structures. People suck, man. Just leave these awesome structures alone. So TARDIS Chaser, while going to Sagittarius A, we are also discussing dark sky locations and Stonehenge and other similar structures in England right now. So it's a very cultured stream, which is awesome. There we go. I am going to do this so I don't accidentally forget it. Well, one saving grace is the Red Lion Pub, smack bang in the middle of the circle. Ooh, oh, okay. Can't argue with that. I mean, if there's alcohol involved. Yeah.
System scan complete.
All right, let's go get this water world. Mixing spirituality and alcohol has historically been a pastime here and still continues to this day. I like it. Spirituality and alcohol. It's a good mix. What paint job am I sporting? I'll have to. I can't remember the name. I think it's like Urban Camo. It's like a black, gray, and white camo. Let's see here. Is there any light out here? Yeah. I'll have to point towards the star. Oops. Yeah, but yes, it's fun. And then I put a ship kit on it, so it looks all fancy. Will 4 probes do it? Probably not.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Oh, that's not going to get me 10. All right. I've been really bad at hitting the middle of the backside of planets recently. I don't know why. I used to actually be fairly decent at it. The background color appears very similar to that surrounding explorers. Oh, interesting. Ooh, that was pretty close to center.
Complete.
Oh. Gotta do this for Kevin Costner. Alright, here we go. So we found a water world. I believe it is undiscovered. Yeah. Okay. So that deserves this. Not a great movie, but awesome soundtrack. Now, Explorer's Anchorage is around here, right? Like it's like close to Sagittarius A.
3, 2,
Because I'm probably going to need to land. So I want to turn in this exploration data. Although I'm sure there's like a billion fleet carriers out here.
fuel scoping.
Okie dokie.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
10. How many did I say it was? 14? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They didn't scan everything. Nothing like some bold brass horns and trumpets to celebrate with. Yes, I wonder how close you are to... Probably not too far. Let me scan. I don't think whoever was here before, I don't think they scanned the whole thing.
System scan complete.
Maybe there's another one there. Yeah. So yeah, I got these two. All right, cool. All right, so we've got 2 more jumps. Unfortunately, I really have to use the restroom, so I'm going to pause for a second. Yeah, I'm really fast tracking. Oh, cool. Okay, great. Well, I'm very close to that. I recognize the Stumi. Not right next door, but a short hop. Yeah. So I'm going to take a quick break, go to the restroom, just so I'm nice and ready to go into Sag A, because I've never been there. So I will be back in just a minute. And we're back. So hopefully that's crossfading for you guys. Like the when I hear it, it's like a straight cut for the audio for the song from the pause menu to here. So yeah. Anyway, I'm back. Actually, I'm going to take Black Sun's coordinates here and put that in my map. Yeah. Here. Oh yeah, not far. Not far. Actually, go back and refuel.
Fuel scoping.
Hello, Odidakona. We are 2 jumps away from Sagittarius A. I am just refueling. And then we'll be nice. Then we'll be on our way.
Fuel scoping complete.
Black Sun 1784 has given me the location of the rebel base. Actually, no. Black Sun's given me the location of a good place to stop and turn in my exploration data. It's called Explorer's Anchorage. So we're gonna, after we go to Sagittarius A, we'll just hop on over there. Yeah, it's a little dense now. But we've only got 2 jumps left. So I'm pretty excited. As you can see, it's pretty dense out here too. It doesn't really turn black hardly anywhere anymore because of all the dust that's lit up. So I was telling them earlier, it reminds me of Los Angeles at night. This is about as dark as it gets, but far fewer stars. Like maybe 1% as many of these stars. All right.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two.
You're the only star I need. Oh, well, thank you, Odidakona.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
All right, so we can kind of, I don't know how great it's coming through on stream, but you can actually kind of see there's a little bit of a cloud around Sagittarius A. We are only 1.38 light years away, so this is actually pretty darn close. In fact, let me wiki some Sagittarius. Sagittarius A info, just so we can compare it to the actual game. So the radius is 13.6 million miles. Yeah, that doesn't really give us what I want to know. I want to know how massive it is, and I think it's 4.3 million solar masses. I believe that's what I've read before. Yeah, it's a distance of 26,000 light years from Sol. Yields a diameter of 60 million kilometers. Well, that's weird. That was a different number than what we had a second. Okay, I think it is 4.2 million or 4.3 million solar masses. Sagfax. Hashtag Sagfax.
Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. I have no idea what to expect here. This is a supermassive black hole. You know, most black holes are only about 10 to 100 times bigger than the sun. This is 4.3 million times. I'm gonna go ahead and throttle down. Expect spaghetti. Man, I hope so. I like spaghetti. I'm gonna go ahead and throttle down so I don't like immediately hit that exclusion zone. glad I did that. Center, deep space. I think, are these fleet carriers? Are you nuts? Kinda. Yeah, a bunch of fleet carriers, I think. Selling tritium. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, it's a fleet carrier. Man, there's a bunch around here. All right, well, let's just fly right into this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I kind of threw that together last night because I realized I needed a... I tend to have a bathroom break during my streams for some reason, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to put together something. But thank you. All right, I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to start recording to my hard drive so I can get some cool So if you want to see the entire galaxy at once, this is one way to do it. Looks like you're looking into God's nostrils. Yeah? Yeah. So why a Sidewinder? Hey, Gamecast Revolution. It's just like a little like a challenge that I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could do it. So I built this Sidewinder on Rock and Roll and engineered it like crazy. So it's not a stock Sidewinder, but I wanted to see if I could do it. So this Sidewinder gets 41 light years per jump, and has a cool ship kit on it. And that's pretty much it. That's the only difference. It's got the Guardian FSD booster and stuff, but I have a Jumpaconda, I have a fleet carrier. I've never been to Sagittarius A, and I thought, you know what? Why not make it interesting? Why not give myself a little bit of a challenge? And honestly, after it's engineered, it's not much of a challenge. But I will say the only challenging part is having to fuel scoop every other star, because the two-color engines are actually cool. Yeah, right? Well, are the orange ones engines, or are those just like the heat, like the heat distributors or whatever? Also, this looks really cool in Odyssey. There's just so much more detail on the back of it. So I can't wait for that. Why all that, wait, why all that we know go faster, faster trips are the real go faster. Huh? I'm having trouble with that sentence. Why all that we all know go faster stripes are the real go faster. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't put the speed stripes on here. That probably would have cut down the trip quite a lot. Maybe I'll do that next time. It's Sauron's eye. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot like some of the other black holes, just way bigger. Like, you can just tell, like, this whole middle area is usually not that big. Ooh, that's what I want to do. There we go. Turn this off again. So is that the redshift effect at the center? I mean, let's see. So redshift means it's going further away quicker. So it's shifting into the red. Blue shift is coming at you. So yeah, I mean, I would imagine there'd probably be even a lot more red. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because there's like tons of theory about, you know, what the black hole could look like. And I think Interstellar did a really good job of a black hole that's feeding on something, you know, so you had that accretion disk and it's like severely warped. But I mean, it's so interesting that other than that one infrared photo that we have, like, we really have no idea what a black hole would look like. I think Elite Dangerous is pretty close to what the math suggests it might look like. But yeah, like, like we just don't know. All right, so let's see if this thing's got it. Oh, I did not even realize there was another giant star here. Okay, so let's look at this. Solar masses. Oh, so this one has it at 5 million. Sorry, 5. Yeah, is that 5 million? Yeah, 516 million solar masses. 486 million years old, which is interesting because that doesn't seem like it's old enough. Right? Like, so it's 516,000. Yeah, you're right. 516,000 solar masses, whereas I believe Wikipedia had it at 4.3 million. I wasn't able to find. Let's see. Let's see. How massive is How massive is Sagittarius A? Has a mass of about 4 million times the sun. This gives it a Schwarzschild radius of about 44 million kilometers in diameter. You could say that's 31 times the diameter of the sun. Still pretty big. So it's interesting that Elite has it different. Usually it's pretty accurate. So I'm wondering if they're just going by different measurements. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why there's such a discrepancy there. But I already know what a black hole looks like. I wake up to it every morning. Every morning, wife big, wide, open gob, crawling into the pillow. Well, there you go. Science couldn't figure it out, but you did. Okay, supermassive black holes tend to... Interesting. All right. That's interesting. So I guess I'll go ahead and scan.
System scan complete. Cannot comply.
All right, let's see if we can get past this event horizon. Am I talking slower now that I'm this close to the black hole? Am I just like, oh, God.
Warning. Temperature critical.
All right, so we're getting a little cooked. Where's this other star? There's some great nebula in that area with black holes close by for that nice colored lensing effect. Ooh, okay. I'll have to check that out before I start heading back home. And when I say home, I mean to Colonia and then back to Seoul. Oh, there's that other star. It's just like super small. Okay, so I like how the color is returning to normal now. That's so interesting. Okay, so let's go turn in this exploration data, huh?
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go.
Fuel scooping.
This place is probably pretty warm.
Fuel scooping complete.
And it's probably perfectly safe to fly between them, right? Alrighty. Alrighty. What do we got here? We got some fleet carriers. I'm going to turn off the fleet carriers. There's Explorer's Anchorage. Oh good, it's large landing pad. Whoops. Okay guys, so while we're approaching this planet, I actually have a poll question I just wrote. So it has to do with my overlay down here. This is a new one. And so my question to you guys, if this pops up, which it is not, there it is. My question to you guys is, which overlay do you prefer? This is the new compact version. And here is the older one. And the older one used to have the chat like kind of in its own little window there by HAL. And I got rid of that so I could make chat a little bigger. So I switched it to the compact view. And so do you like it? Number 1 is large with chat. Number 2 is compact, which is this one. Number 3 is this one with the animated bar, live stream bar at the bottom. And then number 4 is this compact one without the live stream bar at the bottom. Because I don't know if this is distracting or not. This is the first time I'm using it. So if you guys wouldn't mind just throwing your guesses in there, just in chat, just type 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, and you guessed it, 4 for 4. And it would be great if each of you chose a different one, because then there would be a 4-way tie. Can we see them all again? Oh, they're not showing up on your screen? They should be up on the screen. Let me turn that off and on again. You can't see it here on the left side. I mean the overlays. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So here's the original overlay that I've been using for a while. This is the large one. And the chat would happen sort of in that window. The only thing I didn't like about that was I felt like chat was really like scrunched in. So then I switched it to this compact one, but now my fear is this bar at the bottom is a little bit like distracting. So do you like the large one with chat, the compact one how it is, or number 3 would be compact with the live stream animated, with no live stream animated, sorry, it just wouldn't have the bar at all. And then 4 is compact with live stream, but it's not animated. It's just like, it just says live stream. I think that's what I meant by that. I just kind of quickly like wrote it out. Keeping the overlay with the confines of the dash is good. Okay, so just how it is there. Okay, and then we've got 4. Okay, we've got the makings of a 4-way tie. So Auto Dacona, you think it would look okay with the bar, but if it's not animated. Compact, no live stream bar, or just no bar at all. Okay. Yeah, I think this is kind of meh. I kind of threw it in last second last night when I was working on it, and it's like, oh, this will be cool. 4 is just what it says, live stream, right? Binary options would have gone swell. Yeah. I think... Yeah, I think 3 is actually where it would just say live stream and it wouldn't. So I can just mentally change your vote to 3, Auto Dacona. Yeah, I think I worded this question really weirdly. You think the animation is distracting? Okay, I do too. I do too. And I'm not the one looking at it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this poll. I think we're pretty much all tied. Well, that's all right. Whoops. Where'd you go? Oh my gosh, I'm like literally too close and going too fast. There you are. You can have the casting vote. Oh, okay, great. Yes, I cast my last vote for number 3. So it'll be compact, no bar. Can we have ranked choice voting? No, only certain states. I don't know if we have that here in California. Okay, I might just try it with the frozen live stream at the bottom, so it's not like not doing the animation. But I might also do just maybe the live stream kind of pulsates slowly, like glows a little bit brighter every now and then. I might try that because that's a little more subtle. Or I might just take it off. Who knows? I don't need no landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Contact. Dispatching ground crew.
I missed the disembark button already. Okay, so we'll go ahead and repair this thing. It's bedtime here in England. Nice to meet you. I'll be sure to pop by again. Thank you so much, Commander Vex. It's been an honor having you here and a pleasure. I hope everything's going well across the pond. And yeah, thank you for joining in. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you later. And thanks again for the follow. Let's see, it's a few there. Oh, and of course, '07. So much cartographics to look at. Just takes forever. Boy, this is taking a little while, huh? Which probably means something bad. So, main menu. Sometimes the car graphics takes a little while just because there's so much stuff it's got to look at. But usually not that long. It's interesting. I wonder why it's taking so long. I wonder if the servers are just kind of down. Sometimes that happens. It usually doesn't take this long. Maybe I'll fly out to a fleet carrier. Take care of it there. Alright, are there any fleet carriers? I'm pretty sure there are. Bigger issues. Trump 2020 MAGA. Event Horizon. Notable stellar phenomena. Let's look at. So, I wish this would tell me like what things they have. Oh, actually, but Lord Gordak, Hey Moonshot, welcome to Twitch streaming. Can I ask you a couple questions about this game? I'm installing it right now. Go ahead. I'd love to answer some questions.
Incoming message.
Okay, congratulations. You've earned all this stuff. Is the world in a multiplayer instance? Do you interact with other players, or is this strictly single player? It is actually kind of whatever you want. So it has a the main instance is open, which means it's multiplayer. So you'll run into other people. Although the galaxy is very big, so unless you're in a populated area, it's actually kind of rare to run into other people. But yes, you can play in open. That's what they call it, and that is, anybody who's playing in open, you have a chance of running into. You can also have your own private sessions, and or do solo sessions. So in private sessions, you can invite friends in, and it's just you guys, so you won't be hassled by other players. Solo, it's just you. The great thing is there's no disadvantage to playing in solo. It's not like, in some games, like for instance, Grand Theft Auto Online. Yes, Auto Dacona brings up a good point. The starting area is the same for everyone. So when you start the game, when you're a new commander, it's going to put you in kind of a bubble of areas, no matter if you're playing in open or not. And it's a training area, and no other players can come in at that point. So you probably won't run into anybody until you leave that bubble. I do highly suggest doing all of the training before you do that, because once you leave and start doing missions outside of that, you can't go back. It becomes locked. So it's just for newbies. But unlike some other games, like for Grand Theft Auto, let's say if you're in open world, then you can run your businesses, you can do all that stuff. If you're in a solo session, you can do a lot of things, but you can't take on missions and such. Not the case with Elite Dangerous. Everything you can do in open, you can do in solo, including, and this is kind of a controversy, but that also includes doing the background simulation. If I choose to play in the open world, do I need to worry about people attacking me? Is there a PvP system in the game? So yes and yes. So open, you do have to worry about people attacking you. They can attack you when you're flying in normal. They can pull you out of Super Cruise. It's called an interdiction. They can pull you out of that, and you get all disoriented. And by the time you've regained your orientation, they are shooting at you. There also is an arena-style PvP specific mode that you can go into if you just want to attack people. But that's more of like a consent attack, like people have consented to being attacked. But yes, if you play in open, you do risk getting griefed. So I never play in open just because I just don't want to deal with other people. Oops. So yeah, if I were you, I would either set up... Okay, I'll answer that question in a minute. If I were you, I'd either set up a private session, so if you have friends playing the game, you can just invite them and you guys play together, or just do solo. Like, it's not a huge deal. What are the penalties to me if I get destroyed by another player in open world? I'm not exactly sure, but I know that in general, when you get destroyed, you have to pay insurance on your ship. So every ship has a 5% deductible based on its worth. So actually, I have the screen up right now. If you look at this screen underneath where it says helpless, you'll see my balance is 360,985,000 credits. So that's what I have in the bank. But right underneath that, it says rebuy cost 97,814 credits. So what that is if this ship that I'm in right now gets destroyed, That's the rebuy cost of it. That's not the original cost of the ship. The original cost of this ship with all of its outfittings is around 2 million credits. So they basically charge you 5% of your ship's value if you get destroyed. However, on top of that, any cargo that you had on the ship or any cartographic data, like what I was just turning in a minute ago, any of that stuff is lost. And if you have any active missions when you get destroyed, that is also, you automatically fail those. So I don't know if there's any other penalties of getting killed by an actual person as opposed to an NPC. But those are things that'll happen in the event that your ship gets destroyed regardless. You'll lose your cargo, you'll lose any exploration data you might have had, and you'll have to rebuy your ship. Dang, so you could lose a ton of credits via lost cargo. Yeah, if your ship is loaded up with like some mining materials, you could stand to lose quite a lot. So play in solo if you're doing mining missions. That said, be careful when mining because there are NPC pirates that will come after you in certain situations. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube that explain how to kind of avoid these. But simple rule is never drop into a mining zone with anything in your cargo bay. So if you're out mining and you don't fill up your cargo bay and you leave, don't go back without selling everything, because once you jump back into a mining area, you'll get those pirates that spawn in and they'll attack you. It's just better to have an empty cargo bay every time you start mining. Okay, well, thanks for answering. I've been meaning to play for a long time. Like most people, I got the game free on Epic a while back. Nice. I wished I would have done that, even though I already had it. I should have just done it just for the heck of it. Just to have another commander. But yeah, it's super cool, and there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that do a lot of great explaining. So, oh, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, Pacific time. So, yeah, just come in. I can probably answer a lot of questions. So maybe not all of them, but there's a ton of great YouTube videos. So, 07 and fly dangerously, and we'll see you around. Okay, so basically I'm on Twitch all the time, so I will catch probably every time you're on. Awesome. Thanks. Great. Do you have your own stream? Because I'll follow it if you do. Anyway, yes, catch you later. So what I did this time, now that we're at Anchorage, Explorer's Anchorage, is I went ahead and turned in the rest of my cartographic data. And as I was just saying, this is so if I get destroyed, I won't lose it. So now my balance is 360 million credits. Yeah, I'm just like you. I started streaming 2 weeks ago, slowly gaining followers. Great. Well, I'll definitely come by then. I'll definitely come by. We're all in this together, and we all need followers. So, great. I will follow you as soon as I'm done with this stream. So anyway, so I think on this trip from Seoul to Sagittarius A, I've made $260 million. So that's not too bad. I'll probably be dumping all that into my fleet carrier. So now what? Now what are we going to do? We've got this entire galaxy completely wide open. That's a little bit daunting to think. So that's basically what your current ship was worth. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how much it would cost to rebuy it. Originally, the ship cost like 37,000 credits, but I did a lot of upgrades, and I think the price now is like 2 million. But yeah, if I lost it, just pay the 100,000 and got it back. So it's not too brutal of a system unless you have a bunch of stuff on your ship that you can't get back. Then it's kind of brutal. So we are not that far away from Colonia. I mean, it's going to be a few streams, but it's much closer than Seoul. I am thinking I might bum around this area a little bit and look for those nebula that Black Sun was talking about to get some good pictures. Hey, I'm going to go eat dinner. What? Dinner? All right, fine. Go eat your dinner. No, but thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time, and enjoy your dinner, and happy Mother's Day. So yeah, I think I'm. I don't know, gang. What do you think? You think I should just? I think I'm just going to stay in this area for another for the day, and maybe do some off-stream recording. I just ate dinner. I'm currently in a food coma. Ooh, stir fry. All right. Well, thank you, TARDIS Chaser. I will text you later. Yeah, so I think off stream I'm going to go ahead and take some cool video, but let's see if we can find some cool nebula just to go to. I'm about wrapped up here. I usually try to keep my streams around 2 hours because I am also getting hungry. That's kind of a general state for me. Jeez, it's going to be hard to kind of find things in here. I know. We can do this. We can do star class. Did I just roll over it? Yeah. Star class, and we'll take out all of these guys, and we'll just do non-sequence stars and see what we can find. Because that will help us find black holes. Okay, kind of striking out here. Geez, I'm excited to learn all of this. Looks like a very deep game. It can be. It absolutely can be. And because it's a 1-to-1 scale replica of the actual Milky Way galaxy, there are 400 billion stars that you can travel to. And as of now, only 0.4% of the game has been explored by players. So there's quite a lot to find. Yeah, I love it. I love it. If you're geeky at all, you're gonna love it. So I can't find any other black holes in this area. I know they're here. All right. Well, I guess we'll just start poking around. We'll just start going to places I haven't been, which is most of this. Let's go there. Why not? Damn, I did not realize it was based on the Milky Way. Cool. Obviously, Sol is our Earth system. Yeah. The game creators took a lot of data from NASA and other space agencies, and so if we know where the star is in real life, it's in that correct spot in the game. It's pretty insane. You can go to actual locations, and like the location I'm at now is right next to Sagittarius A, which is the supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy, both in real life and in the game. Although, as I just discovered, it's got a little bit different stats than what they think in real life, and I'm not sure why there's a discrepancy there. So, but most of the time, it's pretty darn close to what scientists and astronomers actually think. I wonder how many make a beeline for Vega. Oh man, I know there's a lot of like Alpha Centauri, Vega, the Persei Nebula. Although be careful there, be careful there. I don't want to spoil anything. Don't go into the Perseid Nebula without a lot of armor and some good weapons. That's all I'm going to say. And it has nothing to do with other players. I've always wanted to see the Seven Sisters up close. You can just take some armament with you. Yeah, there's just a bunch of really pretty nebula and all this stuff. The one thing I was really sad is the pillars of creation are not in the game. And I was like, why? That is one of the most iconic nebula ever. And so I looked it up. I was like, why isn't the pillars of creation in the game? Well, the game takes place 1,000 years from now. There's evidence that there's evidence that the pillars of creation have actually been destroyed 5,000 years ago because of a supernova. And so they've been tracking this shockwave. And so we have another about 900 years to view the supernova, but by the time, or to view the nebula, but by the time this game takes place, it is thought the nebula will have been destroyed by then. Well, it's technically destroyed now. It's just 6,000 light years away. So we see it as it was 6,000 years ago, but it was destroyed 5,000 years ago. So anyway, because you have faster than light travel in the game, when you get there, it's not there. It's gone. And yes, I thought it was an oversight as well until I read that, and then my mind was just blown. I was like, oh my gosh. So they're taking into account these things. Who knows? Maybe it was originally an oversight and they just got lucky. I do know when TRAPPIST-7 was discovered a few years ago, they added that into the game and made a TRAPPIST-7 system that you can go to with 7 Earth-like planets, and 4 of them are in the habitable zone, or 5 of them. I think it's 5. And so that's pretty cool. And what's really funny about that story is the simulation that they used to create the galaxy had already put a system at the same distance away with the same amount of planets already. So, that's how accurate it is. All they had to do was move it to the right spot, because I guess it was in the wrong direction. But otherwise, it basically already existed. So yeah, check out the game, stream it. I'll be sure to check out your stream. I was reading that a big expansion is coming out this month, in about a week and a half. That will let you exit your ships and walk around in first person mode. That piece of news is what convinced me to start playing. Yeah. So if you, they had the alpha just a few weeks ago for a whole month, and where they basically made a copy of the game and we were able to play the expansion. And yeah, you can get out of your ship. You can walk around this space station that I'm in now. You can have weapons and do on-foot combat. It's pretty neat. And yeah, it's officially being released on the 19th, on May 19th. So that's coming up. And that's just for PC. For console, it's coming a little later. But yeah, it's pretty great. And they've updated the planet generation system, so the planets look more realistic. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's a huge expansion. It adds so much more. Sounds like they are out Star Citizen. Yeah, I mean, they were the first to market. A couple of things that I think they're doing better than Star Citizen is when you get into the elevator, you don't have to remember what floor your ship's parked at. It just goes to your ship, which, is kind of like cutting corners, but at the same time, it's like, well, I don't want to waste time trying to figure out where my ship is. Just go, So I think it's a nice balance of realism versus video game logic. But yes, they are out Star Citizening. That is really hard to say. Citizening. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut it there. I'll probably fly around for a while and try to find some of these cool nebulas to get some good pictures at. But otherwise, my plan is when I come back on Tuesday, I'll probably be heading out towards Colonia. And then once I get to Colonia, probably bum around there a little bit, wait for the expansion to come out, and then slowly make my way back to Seoul. After I get back to Seoul, I'll be getting back into combat to try to earn my elite combat rank. And then after that will be my long pilgrimage around the galaxy's edge with my fleet carrier. So that will probably be a series that lasts probably a year. So maybe longer. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate all the follows. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate the chat. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. All right, man. Nice talking with you. Catch you later. Yes, catch you guys later. '07. And as always, fly dangerously.
For your convenience and safety, classification lasers are active and tracking by station. Have you checked your beta? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response.
Oh, is there a new hype train emotes? Oh, there are new hype train emotes. What?
I don't know.
Moonshot Studios, welcome, raiding with a party of 2. Thank you, raiders, for joining us. I'm having all sorts of issues on Board Game Arena right now, but trying to work through it. How do I want to do this?